What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa News channel, where I read you those latest cryptocurrency news articles to keep you informed on what's going on in the space, because we're always just hearing like little tidbits out there. Now, if you don't have time to just browse the news or browse the internet and look for through all these articles, I got you covered, because today's news, we're going to be covering over like which countries are going to survive and which ones are going to thrive, because we have two articles for one's adopting crypto with a partnership with El Salvador, while this other country is banning it completely. So which one do you think is going to survive, right? And then we have a couple other news articles I got ready for you, but let's get going in the news. Let's not waste any time. Thank you for being here, and sorry for not doing the 12 o'clock show. Today was another off day. This is like an off week, but I'm just not on time. So hopefully next week it's a fresh start, and we'll be doing the new show starting at noon Eastern time every day. Alrighty, so let's go through this news article. First article up is Bolivia calls crypto reliable alternative to fiat in El Salvador partnership. Now, Bolivia has signed an agreement with El Salvador to promote crypto as an alternative to traditional currencies amid its ongoing economic crisis. So this is going to be a very fruitful deal for them. Now, Bolivia's top bank called crypto a viable and reliable alternative to fiat currencies, while signing a memorandum of understanding with El Salvador to accelerate crypto's adoption. Now, the agreement, which will see the two countries collaborate on policy development and share crypto intelligence tools, aim to modernize Bolivia's financial system and improve financial inclusion for families and small entrepreneurs. Now, the Central Bank of Bolivia said in a letter on Wednesday that Bolivia's partnership with El Salvador is notable, as El Salvador was the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender and could provide valuable insights into the potential economic or regulatory challenges that Bolivia may face. Now, the agreement signed by Central Bank of Bolivia acting president Edwin Roja Ulo and the National Commission of Digital Assets of El Salvador's president Juan Carlos Rey Garcia takes effective immediately and for an indefinite duration. So it's going to be like a nice ongoing partnership. Are you okay, Baxter? I just heard you scratching. Now, it adds significant momentum to Bolivia's pro-crypto pivot, which began in June of 2024, when Bolivia lifted its long-standing crypto ban and allowed banks to process Bitcoin and stablecoin transactions. Now, Bolivians are warming up to crypto. 3 months after lifting the crypto ban, Bolivia's central bank reported crypto trading volume reaching $46.8 million, averaging $15.6 million per month. Now, doubling the monthly average of previous 18 months. Now, this momentum has carried into 2025, with total crypto volume reaching $294 million as of June 30th, the Central Bank of Bolivia said in its letter. Now, Bolivia is turning to crypto amid its currency crisis. This March, Bolivian state-owned oil and gas firm Yacimientos Petrolíferos Fiscales in Bolivianos received government approval to start accepting crypto for fuel imports as a solution to the country's deepening US dollar shortages and import challenges. Now, Bolivia's foreign exchange reserves have fallen a staggering 98% from the $12.7 billion in July of 2014 to the $165 million this April, says Trading Economics data. Now, some Bolivian shops have even begun pricing basic items in the Tether stablecoin, signaling an increasing shift toward crypto to navigate this currency crisis. Now, in Bolivia, real prices in shops are displayed in USDT, and quietly revolutionary shift digital dollars are powering daily life, commerce, and economic stability. And I remember when I covered this article, because I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like, we're just seeing the adoption slowly just hitting the real world, literally. Now, the Boliviano remains still the most used currency in Bolivia. However, fears over its losing purchasing power have led many to prefer more stable alternatives like the US dollar, or in some cases, crypto. Now, Bolivia's future will be decided by October. This agreement comes ahead of Bolivia's high-stakes general election on August 17th, where many hope to see an end to the current socialist regime, which has been in power since 2005. Now, if no candidate secures over 50% of the vote, or at least 40% with a 10-point lead over the second-place contender, a runoff will be held on October 19th. Now, the crypto predictions platform Polymarket gives just a 5% odds that the candidate will win outright in Bolivia's first round election. So, so that's a low percentage right there. The 5% on the Polymarket saying that they will win outright. So, Yeah, so we will see what takes place on here. But no, so like, but them adopting just like cryptocurrency slowly, they're seeing like the benefits. Like the trading volume in their country was 294,000. They said $294 million as of June 30th, and yeah, when they started, it was 46.8. So people are using it, and just with El Salvador's help, they can help them out with just like some of the hurdles they may have experienced. So that is our first article going over like this country is definitely doing the right thing. But the second article, I don't think they did. So Algeria bans all crypto activities, including ownership and mining. Now, violations of the new law could incur prison sentences of up to a year and thousands of dollars in fines. Now, in brief, this Algerian government has expanded the country's 2018 financial law to ban all crypto activities in the country, and the extended legislation prohibits crypto trading, ownership, and mining with penalties including fines and jail time. And also, the law goes against the global trend of increasing crypto liberation, with commentators are suggesting that their blanket bans are just challenges to enforce. So let's get through this article. So the Algerian government has introduced a new law explicitly banning all crypto-related activities, including trading, ownership, and mining. Now, come on, what are you doing? Seriously, like that is terrible. Like I do not think they're going to be around soon. But enacted on July 24th, the legislation expands and extends to the 2018 financial law, which prohibits the holding of an exchange of cryptocurrencies, but didn't cover mining activity. Now, the new provisions act as crypto-focused amendments to the 2005 law on preventing money laundering and financing terrorism, with the Algerian government framing the ban as a necessary measure to combat illicit financial streams. Now, the scope of the law covers all potential activity involving cryptocurrencies, extending to the issuance and promotion, as well as to the offering of crypto trading services. Now, violations could be met with prison sentences of between 2 to 12 months or a fine between 200,000 and 1 million dinars, which is $1,500 to $7,700 US. However, more serious offenses involving financial and organized crime could be met with steeper penalties and sentences, which would be decided on the case-by-case basis. Now, Algeria bucks the crypto trend. By expanding its ban on crypto, Algeria is bucking the worldwide trend of increasing liberalization, with even China announcing a shift in its formerly hardline policy earlier in July. Now, for most commentators and experts, blanket bans on cryptocurrencies activity are rarely effective. In fact, this is evident in the case of Algeria itself, since despite banning crypto trading and ownership in 2018, its cryptocurrency market has grown considerably since then. Now, Algeria is the sixth largest country in the Middle East and North Africa region by cryptocurrency value received, according to a 2024 Geographic of Cryptocurrency report. Matthias Biroxer, head of Policy Europe at Chain Analysis, told Decrypt. Now, according to Bauer Lingardner, there is now a broad consensus among international financial organizations, and the broad-based bans are very challenging to effectively implement. As the FATF reported in June update, rather than eliminating activity, he explained broad-based restrictions tend to drive the crypto ecosystem underground, fueling gray markets where users lack safeguards and protections. Now, ultimately, this makes it harder for law enforcement agencies to track and ring-fence illicit activity, and a conclusion also reached by the Ari Redboard, the VP of Global Head of Policy and the Government Affairs at TRM Labs. They said it's incredibly difficult for any single jurisdiction to fully enforce a ban when transactions can move instantly across borders and platforms, he told Decrypt. Now, we've seen this in countries like China and India and Nigeria, and which have implemented bans or heavy restrictions at various points, only to see crypto activity continue to often go through underground markets or foreign platforms. So even though like they're banning, it's like their countries probably won't do bad, but the people, they're still going to get around. Like it doesn't really stop their citizens from using it. It just makes them go to the DeFi side, and that's it. But for Redboard, it would be more productive to introduce regulations that grant trading platforms legitimacy in exchange for complying with standards of transparency. He also adds that instead of outright bans, the more effective approach is this regulation that brings activity into the light, enabling law enforcement and regulators to protect consumers while still supporting innovation. And that is literally the best thing they could do. Just put some regulations in play. People will play on the DeFi side and some play on the CeFi. So centralized finance, decentralized finance. That's just, we're going to be living in that world. But yeah, so Algeria is banning all crypto activity, but is it going to last? I don't think so. So those are like the two like totally opposite like things going on with the countries. Bolivia's partnered with El Salvador, which is a great thing because they already seen some nice activity happening since they started becoming crypto friendly again. And Algeria, it's just their people are still going to use crypto. It's not going to stop it. It's just really going to just hurt the country itself. Like they can benefit from crypto by just adding some regulation. So that's, and it's not going to stop. Like in this next article we're going to cover is talking about how like 99% of CFOs out there plan on using crypto within the next 2 years. So it's like, it's a train that you just can't stop right now. So yeah, let's just go into that next article and read about it, because I thought this was some pretty interesting facts. But yeah, 99% of CFOs plan to use crypto long-term and 23% within 2 years, says Deloitte. Now, a Deloitte survey shows that 99% of CFOs at billion-dollar firms expect to adopt crypto long-term, with nearly a quarter planning integration within 2 years. Now, cryptocurrency is becoming a financial planning priority, with 99% of chief financial officers at billion-dollar firms expecting to use it for businesses in the long term, according to Deloitte's Q2 2025 survey of CFOs. Now, the survey conducted among the 200 chief financial officers at the companies with over $1 billion in revenue coming in revealed that 23% expect their treasury departments to use crypto for investments or payments within the next 2 years. This figure climbs to almost 40% among chief financial officers at firms with revenue of more than $10 billion. So despite the momentum, financial chiefs remain cautious. Concerns about price volatilities top the list, with 43% of respondents citing it as a primary barrier to adopting non-stable cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, other major concerns include accounting complexity and regulatory uncertainty. Now, the latter, which has been compound shifting the U.S. policy. Now, here's a chart of price volatility is the biggest concern for crypto's adoption, says their source. So yeah, so in price volatility, 43% are concerned with it. Complexities around accounting and controls is 42%. Lack of industry regulations is 40%, but that is heavily changing with everything going on right now in the White House. We got security concerns right there. Again, that's just more taking self-custody action, but they're probably go a centralized route, so security is a worrisome thing. Lack of internal expertise. Yep, you need to learn about it. Hey, is there a place you can do that? That's right, the Crypto Club. And we're popping up everywhere, guys. We got our grand opening this Saturday in Las Vegas. So definitely RSVP and attend that, 'cause that's going to be fun. That's our 5th club opening up. So yeah, crazy time. And Jayla, I can't answer you right now. I'm on the phone. I'm doing my show. Now let's continue on. So chief financial officers plan to invest in crypto within 2 years. So despite the concerns, as an increasing number of CFOs are considering direct exposure to cryptocurrencies, 15% said they expect to invest in non-stable cryptocurrencies within 24 months, rising to 24% for large cap companies. Now, respondents at organizations with revenue of at least $10 billion and up were even more likely to tick the box. And the report said that nearly 1 in 4, which is 24%, said that their financial departments will likely invest in non-stable cryptocurrencies over the next 2 years. So that could be, yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, adoption isn't limited to investing in just stable coins. Stablecoins are also, adoption isn't just limited to investing. Stablecoins are also gaining traction with the payments. 15% of chief financial officers said that their companies are likely to accept stablecoins within the next 2 years. Now, with that number hitting 24% of the largest firms. Now, privacy and payment efficiency were the top drivers, with 45% citing customer privacy and 39% highlighting faster, lower cost cross-border transactions as key benefits. Now, chief financial officers are also looking at blockchain-based assets for operational improvements. Over half of the response said that they foresee using crypto for supply chain management and tracking. Blockchain is transparent, it's immutable, it's great for record keeping, and can streamline payment verifications. And here's a chart showcasing that covering the supply chain, cross-border, hedging, capital rising, payroll. And yeah, like, why wouldn't they want to use a stable coin for it? It's quick, easy, and it's immutable, transparent. And again, that token's also centralized. But internal conversations about crypto are already underway. 37% of chief financial officers said that they discussed digital assets with their boards, and 41% with their chief investment officers, at 34% with banks or lenders. And only 2% reported no crypto-related discussions. And now institutional appetite for crypto is still growing. As of March, a survey by Coinbase and EY Parthenon revealed that 83% of institutional investors plan to boost their crypto exposure in 2025, with many expanding beyond just Bitcoin and Ether. We got XRP out there. Solana has emerged as top picks among respondents, while the majority said they also expect to allocate at least 5% of their portfolio to digital assets this year. So there's still time, guys, to get some crypto and Bitcoin. And if you need to get some, I'm going to keep pushing this in you. Join the club. We can get you some no KYC Bitcoin, which is the best one you want to get, because the KYC, know your customer, usually you got to do it through a centralized entity like Coinbase or one. You got to give them your license, your social. So it's nice when it's just peer-to-peer. We'll buy the Bitcoin on behalf of our club members. So you must be a club member to take advantage of these programs that we offer at the club. But no, there's still time, because again, these companies, these chief financial officers are saying that, like, yeah, we are going to implement this within the next 2 years. So you have time to still collect some before it's all gone. But again, we're also still finding the rest of the world and all these other institutions and companies buying Bitcoin, like especially Strategy, who spot $2.6 billion worth of it a couple days ago. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to his Q2 earnings report happening this evening, literally right after the show in 45 minutes. So I'll be watching on Bitcoin Magazine's YouTube channel. But yeah, there was like Michael Saylor says their earnings call today will be the most important event in the history of Strategy. So I definitely want to take a look at that, and you should check it out after the show too. So that's where I'll be checking that out. And yeah, so I'm bullish on Bitcoin and just crypto in general. Like, I love seeing this news. So when I hear like a country's going to ban crypto, it's like, your government's not going to do too hot with it, but your citizens can still use it. I don't get scared about it. It's like they're just hurting themselves and they're getting in when they need to. But let's take a quick pause right here and take a commercial break, and I will be back after these messages.
Attention visionaries and pioneers, the future of wealth is here, and it's spelled Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Introducing the exclusive Loans for Bitcoin program at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where your good credit unlocks 0% interest loans for up to 2 years, or term loans up to $250,000 spread over 7 to 12 years. Why wait? Use this capital to acquire the world's fastest appreciating asset, Bitcoin. With prices hovering around $94,000 and projections aiming much higher by the year's end, the time to act is now. Leverage isn't just for Wall Street anymore. Arbitrage the low cost of your loan against Bitcoin's explosive growth. It's smart finance for the modern investor. And privacy matters. Our no KYC Bitcoin purchase program ensures you buy and self-custody your assets in your own wallet. Your keys, your Bitcoin, your future. And as the world shifts to digital currencies, be ahead of the curve. Front-run corporations, governments, in this greatest financial revolution of our times. I'm Jay Bose, CEO of Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. Call or text us today at 941-413-6920 and get started on that loan application. Secure your legacy. You will thank yourself tomorrow.
All right, we're back. And yeah, that's just one of our programs we have other than the no KYC. Or is that the one we actually just mentioned? I forgot. But if you want more information, go to bitcoinben.io and take a look at everything we have to offer and maybe join a club near you. Now let's continue on with this adoption bandwagon news. Like, it looks like the Philippines is still going to secure documents on Polygon despite a network hiccup. That's right. If you weren't sure about the hiccup that happened yesterday, let's see. Polygon Foundation links network outage to validator exit. So this was a node issue disruptive from networks for 11 hours back in 2022. So wait, what? Was it the same thing? Now let's do a quick little rundown of this before we go through the Philippines still going to use this tech. But Ethereum scaling solution Polygon was disrupted for over an hour on Wednesday after a validator leaving the network triggered an unexpected bug. And in a since-deleted post on X, the Polygon Foundation said a validator exit temporarily prevented Heimdall, the network's validation layer, from being able to progress, and Polygon's proof-of-stake chain, Bohr, was still able to produce blocks. However, it said a spokesperson for Polygon Foundation told Decrypt that the post was replaced with a new one that explains the situation in greater detail. But the organization's latest statement did not explain what initially caused the issue for the network. Now, in the subsequent post, the Polygon Foundation said that it is actually collaborating with the network participants to restore users facing services affected by the bug. Now, as of 3 p.m. Eastern Time, the statement indicated that those services had not fully returned to normal. And this was that updated tweet. Approximately 6 hours ago, Heimdall experienced a temporary disruption that led to a delay in consensus finalization. To be clear, the Polygon's proof-of-stake chain has remained live, but due to RPC issues, users may experience disruptions accessing various apps out there. Now, at 1.9 billion, Polygon's POL token, formerly Matic, is still the 66th largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. Man, wasn't Polygon ever the top 10 position? I think they were at one time. I gotta do some research on that. But according to crypto data provided by CoinGecko, over the past 24 hours, its price has decreased 2%, with the token recently changing hands at around 21 cents. Now, earlier this month, Polygon underwent an upgrade billed by Polygon Foundation founder and CEO Sandeep Nawal as its most technically complex change in history. It reduced the amount of blocks that it takes for a transaction to finalize on Polygon, while also upgrading Heimdall to a new version of Cosmos open source toolkit, he said on X. Now, around $1.2 billion worth of digital assets are being used in decentralized finance, or DeFi, protocols on Polygon, according to the crypto data provided by DeFi Llama. The network also supports 2.8 billion in stablecoins. Now, validators are responsible for validating transactions on Polygon, playing a crucial role in maintaining the network's securities. Now, on networks like Ethereum, a validator leaving the network has never caused the network's consensus to grind or to a halt at all. Now, Polygon's ZK EVM network, which is being deprecated soon, went offline for 10 hours last year, per the publication Unchained. Now, in March of 2022, a node issued knocked Polygon offline for around 11 hours. Now, blockchain outages aren't too rare, but they can hurt a network's reputation as reliable way to send transactions, plaguing the networks like Solana for years, and they can alarm among investors if it means they can no longer access their funds. So yeah, like, man, back in 2022, was it that time? Yeah, Solana went down like 10 different times, 12 within that year. So that really hurt their reputation, but it's kind of like, I think just since times moved on, they kind of fixed that issue. But we had this younger generation that adopted because of like the meme coins going on this year. But it's taken a couple of years for them to recover from it. So when a blockchain does get disruptive, it really hurts its reputation, and like people will be stagnant from being involved. And kind of sucks for doing so like right before a bull run too, because I'm really feeling that's just around the corner. But yeah, that's what took place just yesterday, just so it was a little outage. But it's not stopping the Philippines, because they are still going to use Polygon's network. So let's hear about this, because I love hearing this adoption news. So the Philippines government launched a blockchain-based document validation system on Polygon, despite the network suffering a partial outage on the same day. Now, the government of the Philippines announced that it will notarize its documents on the Polygon blockchain on the same day that the network's Heimdall v2 mainnet suffered a temporary outage. Now, Maria Francesca Montes del Rosario, Undersecretary at the Philippine Department of Budget and Management, announced on Wednesday that in a Facebook post that the government's blockchain transparency was live. According to a Thursday report by a local crypto news outlet, BitPeñas, del Rosario said that a launch event that blockchain addresses the issue, presented by artificial intelligence, generated deep fakes and prevents bad actors from falsifying government documents out there. So we are using cutting-edge technology like AI, blockchain, satellite imaging to enhance how we do public policy and government, del Rosario added. Now, Paul Solomon, the CEO of Banya Chain, the firm powering the initiative, said that the blockchain will be used to track government budget documents, So this collaboration between the Department of Budget and Management and the Bayon chain sets a precedent for transparency and accountability in the public finance, he said. Now, here's a screenshot of the Philippines Government Document Verification Service from the Philippines. So scan QR, search for the document. So nice, QR code documentation. Yeah, because you'll be searching up the transaction ID on chain. So that's how you do it. Now, how the document validation system works. In this type of application, the blockchain serves as a publicly accessible database that cannot be edited, providing a permanent record-keeping system for notary purposes. Now, BitPiñas said that the system of the Department of Budget and Management generates budget documents and a representation of the data is inscribed on the Polygon blockchain. Now, while the exact details of the implementation were not disclosed, similar systems only store a hash on the blockchain. Now, hashes are alphanumeric strings or fixed lengths that derive from arbitrary data and are often used to represent data. Now, checking that data generates the same hash as provided guarantees that it is the same data. Now, the official website of the Philippine government's blockchain-based document validation services allows users to search for documents or scan their QR code, and the code or the search provides the system with a special allotment release order or notice of cash allocation document code and validates its key details. Now, this was just Polygon's bad timing, like we just read through. The Polygon's Heimdall v2 mainnet, the consensus client for Polygon's proof-of-stake chain, went down on Wednesday, the same day that the Philippine government announced its initiative. Now, the cause was suspected to be a consensus bug, but Polygon's team told Cointelegraph that Polygon's issue was resolved within 3.5 hours, which allowed its board layer to continue producing blocks independently and prevented the network from halting actively completely, and still many front-facing services were affected with block explorers, not reflecting the ongoing network chain. So it was just bad timing for that. But no, they're still all in it for blockchain tech. They like the transparency aspect of it. They like the immutability of it, because once it's on there, it's not being changed. So that's why blockchain adoption is going to happen. And then by adopting that, crypto can just come along with it too. So that's our Polygon and just Philippines news, kind of combined a two article for you. Let's go over our final article I have, which is, I guess, a warning, because I always like ending these videos, these news shows, with at least some type of scam that may have happened, so that way you know what's happening out there. So if you see it happen to you, if it pops up for some reason in front of you, you know to avoid it and just stay safe. So yeah, so this next ad is crypto users warned as ads push malware-laden crypto apps. So over 10 million have been potentially targeted by a malware campaign designed to steal crypto and credentials, say cybersecurity researchers at Checkpoint. So an estimated 10 million people globally have been exposed to online advertisements spruiking fake crypto apps with malware, and warns cybersecurity firm Checkpoint about it. So Checkpoint Research said on Tuesday that it had been tracking a malware campaign. Its name is JSCEL, or JSCEL, that targets crypto users by impersonating common crypto trading apps. The campaign has been active since at least March of 2024 and has gradually evolved over time. The company added that it uses advertisements to trick victims into installing fake apps that impersonate almost 50 common cryptocurrency trading platforms and trading apps, including Binance, MetaMask, and Kraken. Crypto users are key targets of various malicious campaigns, as victims of crypto thefts have little recourse to recover their funds, and blockchains anonymize bad actors, and it's difficult to uncover those schemes. And yeah, so like never click on these sponsor ads. So like I know if like some people will try and ever download like the Exodus wallet, like here, let me show you, like there's always like a pop-up sponsor ad. So I want to click on that because I would try to go for it. Like it didn't pop up. Usually like right there, the first one on my phone, I see like a sponsor ad and it's like crypto.com. And it's like, no, do not click on that one, because that could be a fake crypto.com app with malware in it to steal your crypto or just make you feel like you're signing up for the real site, but you're not. So that's what these articles are kind of for warning to pay attention to. But 10 million people are estimated to be targeted by these malicious ads. So Checkpoint said that Meta Ads tool showed 35,000 malicious ads were promoted in the first half of 2025, which led to a few million views in the EU alone. Now, the firm estimated that at least 3.5 million were exposed to the ad campaigns within the EU, but they also impersonated Asian crypto and financial institutions, with regions with a comparable high number of social media users. Now, the global reach could easily exceed 10 million checkpoints. And I guess this is an example of the malicious Facebook ads using the logo for the popular financial data site TradingView. This is a source from Checkpoint. So these like 4 different ads, inactive, inactive, inactive. What's the difference here? Are they all the same? But this is what they look like, I guess. So if you clicked on it, it would take you to a fake site that was not the real one, but maybe it looks like the real one. But the firm noted that it's typically impossible to determine the full scope of a malware campaign and that the advertisement reach, it does not equal the number of victims out there. But malware uses unique anti-evasion methods. So this is how they're just getting by and getting it on there. The latest iteration of the malware campaign uses unique anti-evasion methods, which resulted in extremely low detection rates and allowed it to go undetected so long, said Checkpoint. Now, victims who click on a malicious ad are redirected to a legitimately appearing but fake site to download the malware on. And then the attacker's website and installation software runs simultaneously, which Checkpoint said significantly complicates the analysis and detection efforts as they're hard to detect in isolation. Now, the fake app opens a program that directs it to a legit site of the app, and a victim believes they have downloaded to deceive them. But in the background, it's collecting sensitive user information, primarily crypto-related. Now, the malware uses the popular programming language JavaScript, which doesn't need the victim's input to run. Checkpoint said that a combination of compiled code and heavy obfuscation made its effort to analyze the malware challenging and time-consuming. Now, accounts and passwords are scooped up in the malware's net. So Checkpoint said that the malware's main purpose is to gather as much information on the infected device as possible to send it to the threat actors to use. Some of the information that the programs were collecting were user keyboard inputs, which can reveal passwords along with stealing Telegram account information and autocomplete passwords. Now, the malware also collects browser cookies, which can show what websites a victim visits often, and it can manipulate crypto-related web extensions such as MetaMask. It also said that anti-malware software that detects malicious JavaScript executions would be very effective at stopping an attack on an already unaffected device. So, yeah, even that stuff's like not too good if it's already infected. But yeah, so never click on like pop-up ads out there to go to a website. Always click on the official sources. And like, again, like if you were looking at a specific cryptocurrency token, you can just use tools like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. Look for the coin you want to get, like do a random one. So let's do Pepe. Let's click on that. That's a meme coin everyone's talking about. If you have all the information you need on here. You have the contract address, you know which token is correct, which wallets can support it, a link to the website, whatever it would go to. So you're not just going onto Google, typing in Pepe and clicking on the first thing you see. So no. So if you're doing that, stop that. Start using CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. And plus, you can use these tools to track your portfolios. So instead of having to log into your crypto wallet all the time, like which is making your wallet vulnerable every time you log on, you can just keep track of your records in a portfolio. Just type in what you have because it's not linked to your wallet at all. So definitely a nice little tip to use out there. But that is literally all the news I have. So just be safe with these ads. Be safe. And I'm loving all this adoption news. Algeria, change your mind already because you're just going to hurt your government, but your citizens are just going to have to be forced to use DeFi now and some VPNs. But yeah, so that's everything I got. Let's see on Twitter side. Looks like Theta Network. I still hold on to T-Fuel, and that token had a nice little pump. It was like 24% today. But Theta Network was like, we're excited to announce the Syracuse University has adopted Theta Edge Cloud, a hybrid to support research led by Assistant Professor Junzu, who was focused on causal inference and theory and its application for AI and machine learning. So Theta's still killing it in their AI department. So yeah, if you're looking at AI coins, Theta is I think is a good contender to keep a look on. But I think I swapped my Theta for T-Fuel, which is a gas token, because I just feel like that's gonna have a little bit more gain than Theta. But no, so I love seeing these partnerships that keep happening with it, and the Theta Edge Cloud is a fun tool to use too. You can utilize it yourself for like text to image, text to video, gaming and stuff. But what is again Theta Edge Cloud? What's their definition again? But yeah, Theta Edge Cloud Hybrid, the only decentralized AI infrastructure for academia. And yeah, there's been a lot of partnerships and universities utilizing this technology because it's also cheaper than this traditional AWS. But Syracuse becomes the 23rd academic institution to integrate Theta Edge Cloud's hybrid, further strengthening the Theta Network's footprint in the US and AI research of ecosystem. Other participations include Stanford University, University of Oregon, George Mason University, Seoul National University, KAIST, NTU, Singapore, among many others. So yeah, we started getting some more US universities in there. I thought that was awesome, but they were still dominating like South Korea. So that was awesome Theta news. And let's see what else we got. Oh, it looks like the new Fold Bitcoin gift card goes live today and is now available at over 400,000 retail rewards locations across Bitcoin is coming to you. So yeah, you can buy Bitcoin gift card form through Fold. And I believe also Fold had like another partnership with Steak and Shake. Was that it? And I gotta look at Bitcoin Ben because he tweeted about that. It was like pretty awesome. I was like, whoa, way to go, Steak and Shake. But you can buy gift cards through the Fold app and you'll be able to you'll be able to earn like, what was it, 10%? I think that's what I saw. Where is it? Invest Ben, I know I saw it. Here it is. So congratulations to Fold app and Steak and Shake for a great partnership, bringing the best money and best food together. So buy Steak and Shake gift cards now on the Fold app and earn rewards in Bitcoin. This synergetic power of beef and tallow and Bitcoin. So yeah, if you go to a Steak and Shake, you can use a Bitcoin Lightning Network wallet and pay in store. You can't use it in the drive-through yet, but if you go inside in store, you can scan the QR code and pay for your meal with Bitcoin. But yeah, if you just get a Bitcoin, or if you use your Fold card, or if you buy a gift card through the Fold app, you're going to get 10% back in Bitcoin. So it's nice when you earn Bitcoin back. So that's a nice partnership on top of the gift cards going everywhere. And then again, lastly, I will be watching this show in 25 minutes. I want to hear about Michael Saylor's earnings call, and I gotta get more into the stock side of of MicroStrategy, MSTR, Misty. Like, there's something going on there that I need to just be part of too. But that is all the news I have for you guys. Thank you all for tuning in today, Lena, Randy, Brian, and all of you else out there. I know I'm streaming like on 20 different platforms right now, so it's hard to keep track. I'm just seeing who's on YouTube. But thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. And I will be back tomorrow, hopefully at noon, but it's Friday and my schedule has been so off this week. So I will see you though tomorrow with some more crypto news. Take care. Love you. Peace.
In a world where your data is constantly under attack, one company stands for your digital freedom. Introducing Calyx Solutions, your gateway to ultimate online privacy and secure cryptocurrency trading. Meet the Liberty Laptop. With its modified OS and advanced tracking prevention, it's your shield against surveillance. Access restricted areas, use recommended security software, and browse with confidence. Your digital footprint? Virtually non-existent. For the crypto pros, we present the Crypto Laptop. Pre-configured on premium hardware for secure trading. Optimized for your favorite wallets and exchanges, it's the fortress your digital assets deserve. Both laptops come with expert individual training and support. You're never alone in your journey to digital empowerment. At Calyx Solutions, we put you in control. No more worrying about data breaches or compromised transactions. Ready to join the revolution? Visit calyxsolutions.io and choose your perfect laptop today. Plus, become an affiliate and earn while sharing the power of digital freedom. Calyx Solutions. Unlock your digital freedom. Give us a call or text at 702-845-8276 or visit us directly at calyxsolutions.io.